Hey guys, so I'm back with another video, and this one is going to be about what I got the husband for Valentine's. So I'll start again with his candy, and I got him the creepy candy, Sour Patch Hearts, and then the Sour Patch like confectioner's hearts, and then I also got him the, what are these, like gummy hearts and some gummy worms. Random. And so we're gonna get into his gift, and I again am going with the theme of self-love this year for the gifts that I was getting my family. And so I got my husband this jar from the Dollar Tree, and then I printed him out 52 affirmation cards that he can work on weekly, and just whatever it says he needs to work on that for the week so that he can, you know, have self-love. Men need self-love, self-care, reassurance, and all those things too. So these are really cool. I googled them online. I just put in like affirmations for Black men, and someone had, I think, like 40. It was a Black lady, she had one, and it was like 40, and it just had a lot of things like, I'm a great father, I'm a like a brilliant Black man, like things like that, just to speak that love and life into your partner, or so that they can speak it into their self, I should say. And I don't know, maybe you could look at their thing for the week too. Like if you were to do something like this, you can look at it and also try to speak that reassurance into them as well. So then the gifts that I got him a card. My husband likes cards. He usually like gives me cards, and I'm not a big card giver. I don't know why, but I'm not. So I tend to think like when people do stuff, they also want for you to do it for them. So I got him a card. It's just really simple inside. It says, I love our life together. I still haven't even taken it out of the wrapper, but I am going to write him, you know, my own personal note in there. I also got him this cute little heart-shaped Reese's Valentine thing from Target. I can't remember how much it was. It says it makes 2 heart-shaped cookies. I think it was like $10, I want to say, but it's pretty cool because then you can, you know, reuse this pan and make like pancakes or like cookies or whatever at another time. So not that bad of a deal. And then I got him 3 books. So the first one that I'm going to show is it's called Hello King, Claim Your Throne, and it's by Jay Barnett, and I got it on Amazon. I think it was like $12-ish. So I didn't read it or whatever, like it's for him to read. I got this book, well, actually the next book that I'm going to show you, I got from some guy's like TikTok. He said he went through a divorce and he started doing self-healing, self-love, and I looked up that book, and then it also led me to this one, so I got both of them. But anyhow, this one like it's geared towards Black men. The guy who wrote it is Black, and he just gives you information. And one thing, as I was like thumbing through, that I really liked before that, I'm like all over the place. So anyways, the table of contents is Letter from a King, You Have a Purpose, One Day, which is a poem by him, The Missing Father, The Value of a Mentor, Angry Man, Young Soldier, which is another poem, his story, The Power of Forgiveness, another poem, What Makes a Man, Self-Love, King in the Making, which is another poem, The Power of Your Seed, Claim Your Throne, and then information about the author. And the book, it says, is like a little bit over 109 pages. So that's pretty, you know, pretty good. Not too long, something you could read like in a week or something if you gave it the time that you needed to. So anyhow, I was starting to say, like, I really liked, as I was thumbing through it, like he has his stuff, and then he like he writes his chapters and stuff, and then he leaves an area for you to write notes where you can like write down your thoughts, how you're feeling or whatever. And I thought that was really cool. Like, I don't know, I've never really seen anything like that except maybe like a guided journal, but I think it's cool that he gave space for the men to be able to write down like what they're feeling, what they took from that chapter, whatever, like something that they may want to reference later, or if they want to highlight. I like to highlight books, so I'm gonna probably give him a highlighter with it too. But so he can go back and reference whatever he needs to when he needs to pick it up again, or when he needs to, you know, remember or put himself back in the mind state. Because I don't know, if you're like a book reader, and especially if you're like on a journey of self-love, you read all these things and you feel good in the moment, but you need to have it said over and over and over so that you can get that into the habit of your mind and your essence and who you are, so that you can move forward and build, you know, on life, is what I'm trying to say. So then the second book that I got him is called Just Hail Bro, and it's a journal, not a book, but it's a nice journal. Again, he has like a table of contents in the beginning, and I haven't read it, I just kind of thumbed through. But it says, my brother, what happened, forgiveness for what if, thoughts of inadequacy, got boundaries violated, weak point, stress, unheard, what's love got to do with it, he, emotions, and purpose. And so again, and then it's more as well. And this one is 82 pages. So just as with any other self-journal, it has it, but he's giving you like information. He's giving you like his not little, but his thoughts. And then he's asking questions so that you can like start digging deep and start to heal those childhood wounds. Like this one, forgiveness for what? And then he says, who is the person you feel unforgiveness towards? What did they do? And stuff like that. And so you get to write that. And then the next chapter is what if, and he has like 2 pages of information. So it's almost like a book within a journal, kind of almost the same as he did with the other one, just, you know, slightly different. But I think this is going to be really, really good. I need to find something like this for women. I do have like a lot of self-love like journals and guided journals and stuff like this, but this really seems super duper powerful. Like there's information, there's reasons. He's, you know, probably giving his own background and his own journey within this as well. And then this one here, again, by another Black man and geared towards Black men. It's called Stay Woke, a meditation guide for the rest of us. And it is huge, as you can see. It is super thick. Again, I haven't read them. I just heard really, really good things, and I'm like, hey, let's give it a shot. So his thing starts out, we are the revolution, meditation for the people, a recipe for freedom, the truth will set us free, we have a dream, we stop self-sabotage. So we'll go right here. So here's this for anybody who wants to know. And so it says we stop self-sabotage, and then it says guided practice. So it says toxic habits, breaking free for good, toxic people, setting better boundaries, toxic thoughts, stop self-criticism, toxic beliefs, facing the truth. And it just seems really in depth. And let me see. Wow, this goes, it's saying like to 308 pages. So you have to know, and like look at the font. There's like, it's a, you know, like a smaller size font, and these pages are full. So there's so much information, and there's so many things, you know, to work on. And I think that that's just awesome. I think this will be good for both, probably he and I, to read it. I actually got this from the women's group that I'm in. They recommended it. And so it doesn't seem like there's a lot of writing in here, unless, oh, he does have, it says journal prompt, but it's not so much writing like the other journal, I guess I could say. But there's tons of information, and maybe I might need to give him like a notebook with it, because it looks like you can probably write outside of the book. It looks like there's sections for you to write in the book, but then there's also like journal prompts. So then you would want like a regular journal, and I wish I would have looked at that, because I could have probably got him like a cute little journal. But so you know what he does? I did give him a journal like a year or 2 ago, so he probably hasn't even used it. So I'm gonna tell him to pair it with this, and then he'll have a purpose for that journal, and he can use that. And I'm rambling, but look at, if you're looking for something for your significant other, like, let's stop the notion of like, oh, we need matching J's, we need this, we need, like, no, we need to get our mental health together, especially in the Black community. We need to get our mental health together. We need to love our men. Our men deserve love. They deserve grace. A lot of us, both men and women, within our community have just been through so much trauma, just passed down generation, especially like if you're not like from another country, like if you're Black or African American, I guess you could say, you have like a lot of trauma due to slavery, and it's just trickle down, passed down, trickle down, passed down, and then just the systematic racism and stuff like that. And I know this is kind of like a tangent, but we need to help our men. I know that it's like always on us Black women, it's always on us Black women, but there's a thing called emotional intelligence, and for whatever reason, despite what we've been through as the women to our counterpart, we are able to have that emotional intelligence. We're able to, deal with it in a different capacity than they are able to deal with it. Men and women's minds, as I've been told, work differently. And I'm not trying to give excuses, because no matter what, if a person doesn't want to change, if they don't want to do better, they're not going to. But if you do see a man trying and you do see him, putting his best foot forward, if you see like a glimmer, and I'm not talking about the potential, I'm talking about you see someone trying and they're just not getting it, be there, help that man. Love on him. Buy your, me personally, like too, like I know you guys, if you follow me, you've seen like my Christmas gifts and stuff like that. I don't know so much if I'm gonna get these journals, but I know that I did get journals for my brothers, because as Black men, and they have mom and they have dad, but you can only give what you have. So if my parents were traumatized, they're going to pass down some of that trauma. They are, as people, we are going to work on things, maybe that we didn't like, and we're going to try to treat our kids different. But sometimes the cycle repeats in different ways, even when you try to run from it. And I see that within myself as me trying to heal and trying to make life better for my girls. And there's areas that I struggle. So just know that some men are trying and they just don't have the tools. And as society, we're just like, when it comes to men, suck it up, you're a man, don't cry. Like, please, if you have sons, do not do that. Do not do that. If you have, especially if you have sons, and if they need therapy, please take them to therapy. If you have daughters that need therapy, take them to therapy, love on them, and do, the best that you can. If you don't have the tools, find you a mentor, find you a therapist, so that you can get the help and get the tools that you need, because we need to break these cycles. And that is the point of me trying to do self-love for my husband and my children, so that we can break the cycles, and in the areas that we're weak, we can become strong and fix those. Anywho, I know I went off on a tangent. I hope you guys are having a great day, and happy Valentine's.